Right. I had too much to drink last night, and I don't feel very well. So I'm doing a tier list instead. I hope you like it. Sitting here in my pants with my can of Iron Brew and my Mr. Kipling Angel slices. And that just went over every single American's head. Iron Brew is a Scottish soda. Mr. Kipling Angel slices are just little cakes that are really, really nice. And when I say I'm in my pants, I mean I'm sitting in my underwear. I woke up at 12:30, which is way too late. So here we are. Gonna do a killer tier list. Hey, these are just my opinions, and they're probably gonna be bad. So, jump down my throat in the comments. I could do with the engagement, to be honest. We're gonna have S tier, we're gonna have A tier, we're gonna have B tier, C tier, D tier, and F tier. These are the ones that I think suck the most. Now, granted, I haven't played every single one of these killers, but I think I've got most of them, and I've played against all of them, so I'm gonna just rank them based on a little bit of everything. So the ones that I haven't played might not be able to get S tier because I don't know exactly how they play, but they might get, you know, up to A because I enjoy playing against them. So we'll see how this goes. We're gonna have to start with your boy, the boy, Trapper. Now, Trapper, I think, is a little underrated because he's quite fun. Like, I get, like, when he doesn't work, he sucks. He really sucks. And if you don't get the right map for it, you're kind of just screwed. Like, if they can just see your traps super easily, you've got no grass to hide them in, you're fucked. Like, it's not going to be an enjoyable experience. But if you get a good map, and you get those survivors who just aren't really paying attention, and you get some of the decent perks on him, he can be really good. He can actually be pretty fun. So, I'm putting Trapper up in B. Also, Trapper is kind of fun to play against, until you step in his traps. Then he sucks. So that's why he's not an A, because genuinely when you can have fun on Trapper, he's an A. But going against a Trapper, he's down into a C. So like B, I think is a good balance there. Wraith, B, straight B. Like, this is so easy. He's just kind of boring. Like, it's fun putting some haste perks on and zooming about, but for the most part, he's just kind of boring. You know, there's not really much going on. He's not super fun to play against. He's not super fun to play as. Even though he's a stealth killer, he doesn't really jump scare the same way because his bell thing's so long. Unless he has that, like, silent bell and he literally comes out from behind you, like, out of nowhere. But usually you see him running all invisible around you once he gets close anyway. So, like, he's not... I don't know. I just feel like there could be so much more with Wraith that makes him much more stealth. But technically he's a stealth killer, so he's alright. He's alright to play as, he's alright to play against. There's just nothing wrong with him. Billy. A tier. Verging on S, but A tier. Mostly because he's really fun to play against. A good Billy is really fun, and Billies are usually pretty fun players. I don't play a lot of Billy. He's kinda hard to play on controller, I'll be honest. He's not the best for controller, because he's not the worst, by far not the worst, but he's not the best. He's in terms of, like, zooming around the map like that, he's definitely better than Oni, but we'll get to that later. He's a solid, fun character to play. I like who he is as a character, and I like the players that play him when I play against him. So, Billy gets a fat A. Now we come up to big scary nurse. I'm only torn because I quite enjoy playing nurse, even though I'm not very good at her. It takes a little bit to learn exactly her distances and all that sort of stuff. And I tried playing her in some 2v8 and I feel like, did they change the distances or something like that? Because oh my god, like I don't read the powers. Who reads the powers? I can't read. I played Dead by Daylight. I'm gonna go C. No, you know what? No, I'm wrong. I'm going B. I'm going B. I'm going B. I'm going B because when you get a really good nurse, that's it. It's just game overs, and that's not really that fun. When you get a really shit nurse, it's just game over, and that's not really fun. When you get like a mid-tier nurse, it's quite enjoyable, and most nurses are mid-tier. It like, you get the odd one who's just learning her and picking her up and blah blah blah. You get the odd one who's god tier. I mean, I'm sure some of the better players here in the highest of MMR brackets are just getting god tier nurses all the time, and that's not fun for you guys, sure. I'm still bad enough that I get mid-tier nurses, okay? And I like a mid-tier nurse. Mid-tier nurse is my friend. Because you can sort of like outplay. You can, you know, double back behind rocks or like spot when she's using her power and like just run back straight towards her and hope that, you know, she's gonna zip past you because the timing's just right. But yeah, I kind of enjoy that. The mid-tier nurse is great. While he exists as he does, I don't have the PTB, so I have not played the new rework. So this is old Myers. If you're watching this post rework, this is old Myers. S tier. I love Myers, especially Scratched Mirror. It's almost entirely Scratched Mirror that's putting him up here. If it was no Scratched Mirror, he'd be an A. But with Scratched Mirror, S tier. I love his stealth gameplay in S tier. And honestly, without the... maybe with the rework, with the way his like speed is changed, he might even be better Scratched Mirror. So this might stay here, but we'll need to see. I'm yet to see somebody fully try Scratched Mirror on the rework. So Myers goes S tier. I think he's so fun to play against, especially if it's a Scratched Mirror, because it's a jump scare fest, and I love that. I love horror, so that's why I play this game. I love doing that to other people. I love having it done to me. Myers just, he's my boy. He goes S tier. Easy. You know, I'm gonna arrange these this way. So Nurse is top of B tier. She's top of B tier. Hag. C tier. I think C tier. Yeah, C. I think C's fair. She's just a little boring to play. She's not weak, though. Like, she can be quite strong, being able to teleport across the map like that, especially when you use, like, her add-ons that give you extra distance and extra time. She can actually be quite useful, and on the right maps, she's also really good, because her traps can be kind of hidden. So she's not weak. So, like, when you play a game with Hag, it's not like you're like, okay, well, this is going to be a slug, and I don't mean like slug as in like slugging, but like it's going to be a slog, should I say. That's probably a better way to put it. It's not going to be a slog. You're not going to be like fighting uphill the entire game. You have a little bit of a slow start, and as long as like it's not a Swift, and they're like super coordinated and like popping 3 gens immediately, you're gonna get at least 2 kills, I think. Probably 3. Like, it's not that bad. And playing against the Hag can also be quite fun because the jump scare aspect is kind of fun. I enjoy that part of the game. So, even though she's not a stealth killer, she still has that jump scare sort of effect, which I think is pretty cool. I like seeing that in the horror game. You know, that should be part of it, because there's not a lot that's scary about this game anymore. Doctor. I hate to say it. F. I really don't enjoy Doctor. I played Doctor for my pal because he requested it in the comments, but I really don't enjoy Doctor. I think he's good. He's all right. I don't hate playing him. He's just a bit boring, but I hate going against the Doctor. I hate going against the Doctor because he messes with your fucking skill checks, and that just, it pisses me off. And on top of that, like, running a loop with him is just him stunning you and you just running the loop and greeting pallets endlessly. It feels like it just goes on forever. And I get that, like, he's keeping you off of doing stuff, but, like, it just feels dull. I'm just running the same loop over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It just gets so boring. I just do not enjoy playing against a Doctor. Also, the fact that, like, you know, he hooks somebody and then he just does his static blast and you scream, he knows exactly where you are. Like, you get so much free information. Again, like I said, kind of alright to play, a little boring, but like, because he's mostly just an M1 killer, but like, all those extra tools do let him, like, have that information. So, Doctor, F tier. Sorry, if you're a Doctor main, I apologise. I will play him, because I don't hate playing him, I just fucking despise going against you as a Doctor main. I hate you. I hate you. Up next, Huntress. Huntress solid B. I think, for me, as a controller player, she's not at the bottom. I'd rather switch to mouse and keyboard to play some Huntress than play Wraith. So yeah. She's a B, but just for ease of my sanity, just sticking to Trapper would be much more enjoyable. So yeah, I think right there in the middle of B is solid. She's quite enjoyable to go against, but again, if you go against a really good Huntress who's just going to be like hitting you from miles away, you can't even see her. You know, you just hear the lullaby and then you just get domed by a hatchet. It's not the most fun, but it can be quite fun. It just depends. I feel like it's a good challenge, I'll put it that way. Playing against a decent Huntress is a good challenge. It doesn't feel like she's overpowered. It feels like, oh, they're beating me because they're good, which that doesn't ever feel bad to me in a game. I don't mind when somebody who's better than me beats me. That's the way a game should work. It's just when somebody has zero skill, yet still somehow wins. Speaking of players with zero skill, Bubba. A tier. I love Bubba. Because it's dumb fun. It's just dumb fun. Playing as a Bubba, playing against a Bubba, it's just dumb fun. He just swings that chainsaw around like a good boy, just trying to do his best to protect his family and get more meat for the chili. It's that simple. And Bubba players are that simple, and we love them, and that's okay. I'm just gonna have another sip. Iron Brew gets you through. I'm not sponsored, but if Iron Brew would like to sponsor me, I'm drinking Iron Brew 1901. Old and unimproved. Banging. Right. Moving on. Freddy. C. Just a C. I hate, like, just having to constantly go and wake yourself back up. It's just a bit tedious. You know, like, because it just feels... It just happens. Like, it does... Again, it's one of those things where it's, like, it's a bit mindless. He just feels like a bit of an M1 killer who can teleport. And, like, the pallets are so obvious. I don't know. It just feels like his main power is something that he doesn't actually have to do. You just go to sleep and yeah, that's it. And then you just have to go wake yourself up again. It's just a bit boring to play against. He's not one that I've played as, so maybe he's a bit more enjoyable to play as. But from what his kit is and does, I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Maybe he's one that I should pick up and give a try, but yeah. C tier. Pig. I, once again, kind of like the pig. I like the stealth killers. I like that aspect of the game, especially as the killer. So, I don't know, maybe high C? Again, I haven't unlocked Pig, so I haven't played Pig. She seems alright. I like the aspect of the hats. Because I haven't played her, I'll actually put her in bottom of B. Because I do enjoy playing against her, I like the aspect of the hats. I think if I played her, it could either bump her up or down. But I think, because I enjoy playing against her, this is all I'm really going off of. She's at the bottom of B. And we'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. Clown. Clown is the top of C. Clown is the top of C for sure. Because he's alright to play. If a little boring. When you do chain your bottles together nicely, that can feel really good. He's a satisfying killer to play, because he's not just straight M1, and like you are in full control of his power, like full control of his power. You get to switch between the bottles and choose which ones you use and how you use them and all of that. So he feels good in that regard. But going against him kinda sucks. It feels a little bullshit because it's just it's almost like a different game. When you're looping against a clown, you need to worry about whether he's sped up or he's slowing you down. And it's almost a little bit like a doctor. It can either go just infinite looping because he's just slowing you down but never actually catching up to you, or like he's not as bad as Doctor though, because like he will get you eventually. He can do his whole speed up thing and like cut you off and blah blah blah. He will get you, you know what I mean? Whereas like Doctor, I feel like you can just go on forever with him stunning you, and that's that. I've seen so many, like, I don't know, I'm just thinking about that Slate clip where he's just running in a circle in mid-witch with the Doctor chasing him. I get there was a bit of a bit that they were both doing, but like that can happen. Whereas like a clown will catch up to you. So he's not as bad as Doctor. And definitely got a little bit more going in terms of like skill expression in his kit, so I just enjoy playing him a little bit more. Spirit. Spirit's A tier. I'm gonna go with the bottom of A tier because going against a good Spirit sucks. If you're in an uncoordinated team, playing solo queue against a good Spirit sucks. Game is just over immediately. You're done. And a lot of spirits, I noticed, the good ones as well, going up against, like, going in solo queue, will slug. Just to get, like, they'll just slug straight away. And I think that's kind of crap, man. Like, just use the hooks. Use the hooks. I get it, like, towards the end of the game, to secure the 4K, you got to slug, that's fine. And, like, excuse me. Oh. And, you know, at certain times, if somebody's right there, you got to leave me alone and go deal with them. Like, I get that, that's fine. But, like, if you're putting me down so that you can just, you know, go spirit mode, like, phase up to the other side of the map, and then go get another down, and then phase to the other corner of the map and get another down. It just... Dude, come on, like... You're just ruining the game. It's not what the game is about, so it just feels a little shitty, to be honest. But that's rare. It is rare. Most spirits will play the game the way the game is meant to be played. And she's really fun to play. Listening out for the survivors, especially getting them injured, running like Sloppy Butcher, just simple perks, like you don't need to think too hard, everything's great. You don't need to think, you just need to listen. So, I like Spirit, she's decent. Legion. You know what? A tier above. We'll do that then. A tier above Billy for me, for sure. I almost undid it, Jesus. Yeah, I like Legion. I enjoy Legion. Legion's fun. Go in, zoomy zoom, chasing people down. Absolutely fun. Going against, also kind of fun. Like, can't complain. it's a good balance, I feel. Again, it kind of depends on the size of the map. Smaller maps, Legion's definitely a little bit more powerful because he's able to get his fifth hit a lot easier. Larger maps can struggle a little, so it's a group of them, I guess. But yeah, Legion, just solid fun, can't complain. Plague. This one's hard. Honestly, D. I think D. Our first D tier. She's not as bad as Doctor. I wouldn't say she's as boring as Doctor, but Plague. Look, I play a lot of solo queue, so going against the Plague in solo queue really sucks because you have no coordination around whether you're cleansing or you're not cleansing. Like, and then, you know, you might be like, oh, I don't think we should cleanse this game, but your teammate just doesn't care what you think because they don't know what you think, so they're gonna cleanse anyway, and then you just get dicked on by her tier 2 power. It's just not fun. And playing as her, I'm just, I guess, not very good at throwing the puke particularly well. So she's not the worst. She's not Doctor. She's not as boring as Doctor. And I would say Doctor's probably more fun to play as, but far worse to go against. Because, like, other than, like, the lack of coordination with your team, Plague isn't a terrible killer to go against. It's just, I feel like Plague would be so much more enjoyable if you've got at least 2 or 3 pet friends that you're playing with. You know, at least 2. Having just the one, the other 2 players in your team are gonna end up cleansing or not cleansing based on, they didn't want to cleanse when you guys did. Like, it's just, it's a clusterfuck and not it, Chief. Tell you that. Right. Well, this one's kinda should be obvious. Ghostface, for me, S tier. Absolute S tier killer. So fun to play, so fun to go against. Like, almost the perfect jump scare character. Perfect stealth character. I think the only thing that to me would make Ghosty just that little bit better is if he had a smaller terror radius when he's not cloaked. I think he should have a smaller terror radius when he's not cloaked to preserve his stealthiness a little bit more. And they need to fix the looking thing, like whatever the fact that lag sort of plays into if somebody's looking at you and you're getting revealed around corners and stuff like that is bullshit. That needs, if they do anything, please fix that. It would be so nice, just for some consistency. I don't even mind that it can happen quite quickly. I just need it to be consistent, because sometimes it feels like I have ages. And that noise is going, like, non-stop. It doesn't end. And other times it's just like, boom, you're fucking revealed. And it's like, oh my god. Like, what? Excuse me? But other than those tiny little niggles, those little things, Ghosty is the boy. He's fun to play as, fun to play against. It's that simple. Demogorgon. Demogorgon's alright. Don't see a lot of Demogorgons. So it's kind of hard for me to say. They're quite rare. But I quite enjoy going against them. I think their power seems useful. You know, the straight dash slop. Sorry. The straight dash jump shred thing is alright, and the map traversal's pretty decent. I'm struggling between A, because I maybe A is a bit much because I don't play them. They might be quite boring to play. I'm gonna go B, and I'll go just below Nurse, because I haven't played them. But going against them's quite enjoyable. It's probably a little bit better than Trapper. Yeah, I think that's solid. I think that's solid. Oni. D. This is a D for me. I'll go top of D. We'll swap these around. I'll go top of D to be nice. Not horrible to go against, but again, one of those things where your teammate's just not going to heal or is just going to run around injured, giving him his power over and over and over again. It's all about not getting hit, and somebody in your team's going to get hit. It might even be you. Like, it just is what it is. But, like, again, not being coordinated against an Oni sucks. Playing Oni on controller sucks. And he's not one that I feel is worth switching over to mouse and keyboard for. I just think his power is a little underwhelming to play. But somehow, Oni mains just absolutely rip it up whenever they get their power. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm just bad at the game. You know, it's the way she goes, I guess. Deathslinger. A tier. He's fun. I'm a little bit of I'm a Call of Duty nerd. I grew up playing Call of Duty. Modern Call of Duty sucks. But back in the day, FPSs were my shit, and getting to play FPS in Dead by Daylight, quite enjoyable. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. And it does feel rewarding because no aim assist, so when you hit those shots, it feels great. Also, going against a Deathslinger, can't complain. Very map dependent. If you get things like Hawkins Lab, can be a bit rough for him. But can also be quite helpful because it's a lot of like straight line corridors that can sort of trap people. If you get again, it's just RNG in it. Like if you get the right layout, it can work kind of in your favor. If you don't, then there's loads of little boxes covering people and yeah, loads of little corners they could get around, and it's not the best. But that being said, so he's a little map dependent, but for the most part, enjoyable to play as, enjoyable to go against. Pyramid Head. Also A. This is going to be A because I haven't played Pyramid Head, but from what I can tell, he looks really fun to play. He has a unique power in the sense of like he's got his sniper line thing, but he also has the drag behind, which I find is enjoyable to avoid so that I don't get put into the cage, the whole cage aspect of it, everything. Like, I like what they've done with the design of this character. I haven't played him, but he looks fun to play from what I've seen, and he's pretty fun to go against. Being able to like try and mind game when he's going to throw his M2, it's fun. Trying to avoid the Trail of Torment or whatever it's called, also fun. The one downside I would say is when he does his typical he uses the perk. I forget the perk name. I'm terrible with this. I'm a little hungover, okay? Cut me some slack. He uses the perk to kick a generator and go all undetectable. Oh my god, Jesus. He uses the perk to kick a generator and go all undetectable. That is scary. And I kind of like it, but I kind of don't at the same time, because like, oh my god, he just turns up out of fucking nowhere. But yeah, A tier, for sure. Blight. I hate to do it, but C. You know what? He's better than Freddy. Blight goes in C. He's not that fun to play, and he's strong, I get that, he covers a lot of the map, and as long as you can convert your rushes into injuries or downs, like, he's good, but to me, he's just not all that fun to play, I guess, and to go against, I just feel like every single Blight you go against is, again, it's either he's completely useless or he's god tier and will just destroy you. Like, There's no in between. Where nurse gets up into B because you get mid-tier nurses, mid-tier blights don't exist. They're either terrible or the best. It's the only way it works. So it's just not enjoyable either way. Really. Twins. Rare. I think twins will go bottom of B. For me, they'll go bottom of B because I actually enjoy playing twins. They're quite fun to play. I've never really mastered them, but they are quite enjoyable. Despite losing, I still could say that I had a fun time. And going against, also quite fun, mostly because they're rare. And it's just interesting. It's something different. And being able to play around their power kind of is fun. It's a bit of a challenge, but it's in a good way. So, yeah. I think a solid B. A solid B for twins. Trickster will also go B. Trickster might actually be the top of B. Yeah, I think Trickster will get the top of B. Because it's a ranged killer, it's a little different, it's not an immediate, like, you get cross-map orbital to, like, a Huntress where it's just one hit, one kill. Trickster obviously has to hit you a couple of times before you take any, like, damage, so you don't have that aspect of just getting domed. But still quite fun, having a ranged killer. It's a different way of playing the game. When you're going against a Trickster, it's a different way of playing the game when you play as a Trickster. It's fun, it's interesting, I enjoy it when I do it, and I enjoy it when I go against it. So yeah. Yeah, solid B. Nemi, my boy. Nemi, I think, goes in A. He's around here somewhere. I might go just below the Deathslinger. Because I don't, again, I haven't played Nemesis, but from what I can tell of his kit, he looks enjoyable, he looks fun, using the tentacle and playing around the zombies properly. Interesting skill expression there, plus kind of fun to go against. He's one of these ones that I genuinely feel a little scared when I'm going against a Nemesis. You turn around and just see him barreling down, like, marching towards you, like, fucking stars. Like, yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Give me Nemesis. I rate him. Solid character right there. Pinhead. Again, another rare one that I think A tier. I really enjoy going against a Pinhead. Quite fun to play against. I love his aesthetic. I love the original Hellraiser movie. Great movie. Pinhead's cool as a character. Yeah, solid. Just solid. Nothing much more to say there. I mean, I haven't played him, but the kit looks fun. A bit of skill expression involved. Like, yeah. And again, it's one of those things where I feel like if I get beat by... It depends. There's some of the add-ons that he just automatically gets hooks are kind of annoying. But other than that, those are add-ons. So it's like not everybody's going to run them. And he's alright. I don't hate Pinhead. He gets a solid A. Artist. Now, this one's hard because Artist is going in D tier. Now, the reason I say it's hard, it's because gameplay-wise, Artist would get a solid B from both aspects, playing and playing against. I just hate the noises she makes. The whole, like, screechy, weird noises she makes and her chase music suck. They suck so bad. For both sides, it's just annoying to deal with. So I hate playing as Artist, and I hate coming against an Artist. It's just annoying. I hate it. Fix that. Fix her noises. Fix her sounds. She would be a solid B. But because of the way she is, no. Nope. No. Sadako. I think You know what? I think Sadako's probably going to sit right here in C. Right here in C, because I always feel like with the condemned thing, you try and get the tapes done, and it's always then that she catches you. Like, you have to run to the TV to put the tape in, and on your way there, she pops out of a TV and then murks you. You never actually get the chance to like, get rid of your condemned, and then the game's just over. She looks like she will be fun to play, to be honest, so maybe she'd get bumped up to a B. But again, like the demanifesting stuff, a good Sadako can just like mind game you really well, and there's nothing you can do about it. Which is, I get that, that's skill expression, that's cool, but it feels a little... There's literally nothing I can... Like, she gets to express her skill, well, I have nothing to do. I can't do anything to avoid it, so... Currently, she sits in C. If I unlock her, maybe we'll do this tier list again in like a year, and I'll have unlocked some more of these guys, and all of this will have changed. Dredge. I think Dredge goes right next to Sadako. Yeah, I think Dredge goes right here. Can be fun. And again, a lot of Dredge players are quite chill from what I've seen. They're quite fun. But the whole, like, Night Shroud nightmare where everything goes dark... Maybe it's just because I don't know every single map like the back of my hand, or just the fact that like RNG plays a role in these maps. Like, when it gets dark, I can't see where I'm running to. I just feel utterly screwed. It just feels a little unfair. So, I don't know, again, one that I haven't played, might be really fun to play. I like the whole teleporting to lockers thing. It adds a little bit of like threat, jump scary threat sort of in there. It can be quite scary when he just bursts out a locker or starts scratching at the door because you know, you locked one. So that aspect kind of stops him being super low, but the other aspect of his power just kind of sucks. Him being able to use the teleport to like mind game people, that's cool. I like that. But the whole Night Shroud thing, nah, chief. Currently do not enjoy. Maybe from his side it's a lot better, but currently it's C tier. Wesker. I think Wesker's gonna go in B. He's probably the best of the dash slop, let's be real. I don't know what else to say about a Wesker. Weskers, again, can go either way. They're either super sweaty or they're super fun, super chill. Just, you know, doing it for the lols. It's all great. So, yeah, I've not really got a major issue with Wesker. He seems kind of fun. Dash killers aren't really my bag. As you can tell, I like my stealth. I like my stealth. But Wesker, solid B. Right, we're getting into a bunch now that I definitely haven't played, so we'll try and zip through these last few. So if these are your favorites, then I apologize. We're gonna kind of speed run this last little line going here, but hopefully I'll cover everything I need to. Knight. I think a solid B. Solid B, maybe not as good as Nurse, but better than Demo for sure. Skill expression there, enjoyable, using the right guards, placing them properly, all of that's fun. Decent to go against. Yeah, can't really complain too much about the Knight. He's just kind of alright. He's just right in the middle, as you can see. Skull Merchant, bottom of D. Bottom of D. Just nothing special. She doesn't look particularly fun to play as. She's not particularly fun to play against. She's not awful to play against. I kind of missed out on the period where she was wholly awful to play against. So I'm not tainted by that. So to me, it's just a D. She doesn't go quite as far down to F. But does she go to F? Because she's just boring. I feel like there's nothing there. You just do your little mini game on the drone, which is whatever. No, she'll stay bottom of D. She'll stay bottom of D. Singularity, bottom of A. Again, these four here are kind of here just because I haven't played them. They might bump up to S if I played them. Singularity looks really fun to play. He's fun to go against, a good challenge to go against. If anything, the reason he's not at the top of this list of 4 is purely because playing solo queue, people just do not understand how to EMP properly and effectively, and it can just be so annoying. People don't know how to hide from the cameras, all that sort of stuff. It's just a fucking nightmare, honestly, dude. But sort of thinking one-on-one here, I'm giving him a little bit the benefit of the doubt because he looks so fun to play. Singularity is getting to the bottom of A tier. Xenomorph. Now, if Xenomorph's tail had a really consistent hitbox, he'd be up here, but right now I think I need to put him at the bottom of B. Going against a Xenomorph is just, it can be frustrating. Put it that way. Sorry. It can be frustrating. Put it that way. Just getting hit when you really feel like you shouldn't have got hit, and like nobody has a ping issue. It genuinely is just that, like, for some reason they hit you. Deal with it. It's just like massive thumbs up. Thank you. Chucky. Solid B. Probably goes above the Knight. Yeah, goes above the Knight because there's a little bit more going on, quite interesting. And also, the complete opposite of the artist. He has some of the funniest lines in the entire game. I love him just for that. Just class. Love Chucky, I love the fact that he's in the game. It's just ace, so no more to say than that. Unknown. I'll probably put the Unknown just above the Peg. Unknown looks kind of fun to play. I almost feel like his UVX is kind of redundant. He doesn't even need it. You could just have him teleport to his clone things. Husks or whatever, and he would still be able to dominate most non-Swift games, like most solo queue games. He will just dominate with his teleport alone. UVX is handy, especially when you're dealing with, you know, I watch some comp DBD because I'm cool like that. The UVX seems super useful there. Being able to sort of hit those gens in the distance when they're playing Unknown seems really needed, but in standard, you know, public lobbies, solo queue games, he doesn't even need it. He's really strong, and that can be quite annoying to go against sometimes, but he does also look really fun to play. So yeah, he's getting B, not super high in B, but he's getting B. Vecna. Yeah, solid A tier. I think it's really, Vecna looks like it would be fun having your choice of your spells, and there is that skill expression of like quickly swapping between spells. And going against, he's quite fun. I like the mimic thing, I like the whole like vibe, the D&D style, it's cool. I like Vecna. I definitely like Vecna. The Dark Lord. Dracula. I think bottom of B. I think bottom of B because multiple powers on Vecna, all kinda unique. Multiple powers on Dracula, all stolen from somebody else. Like, this is just Spirit plus Pyramid Head plus Wesker. It's just it feels, and again, a little overpowered, because it's just all 3 of those killers shoved into one. There's plenty of skill expression there, I'm sure it'd be fun to play, but to go against, kinda sucks. It kinda sucks. It feels like you can't get away from the wolf, so what are you meant to do? You know, it's not like, it's hard because it's not like a Wesker where he's either gonna use his dash to get over to you, and then you have the time to sort of maneuver away so that by the time he gets his dashes back, he can't really hit you. Whereas Dracula can spirit his way over to you, and then he's still got his wolf dashes when he just, I don't know, it just feels, he can just immediately chase you down in wolf form. It just, it's just too much. Houndmaster, C tier. I don't know, but every single time I've played against a Houndmaster, it feels like the dog is super glitchy. I know they sort of like, it was way worse when she first came out, and they fixed her generally, but it still, to me, feels like the dog just clips through walls, does weird shit half the time. I don't trust playing against a Houndmaster, because it feels like I'm going to get dicked over by the game somehow. If they could fix the jankiness of the dog, which I don't know if they could, but if they can fix the jankiness of the dog, she might feel a little bit more consistent, and I could probably bump her up. But as she is, it still feels a little wonky. Kaneki, bottom of B tier. He looks kind of fun to play, if not a little boring. Other than like going for, right, so there is skill expression there, but it feels a bit more like the skill expression isn't about like knowing what to do when to do it. It feels a bit more like pressing the buttons properly, if that makes any sense. Like a bit like when in Warzone, when everybody was just sliding, like slide cancelling was like the thing you had to do. If any of you played Call of Duty or played Warzone, like when you had to slide cancel and you had to like give yourself carpal tunnel just by like fucking mashing buttons over and over again. Like it was just too much. That's what Ghoul seems like from the outside. Again, never played Ghoul, but Ghoul seems like one of those ones where you just have to do too much. And going against, it's just, you need to play pure stealth, or you're getting caught, because you're not going to be able to run away for very long. You can just catch up way too quick. Springtrap, I think B, probably just after Chucky, around there. I'll maybe put Chucky just above for his voice lines, but Springtrap, decently fun to go against. Cool concept as a killer. I'm glad they went with the Springtrap and they didn't just go for Freddy or anything like that. I mean, obviously he's the main big bad guy, so you kind of had to do him, but like, I'm glad that they didn't go for like the most iconic character of Freddy Fazbear himself. And it would be cool if they actually did a Freddy Fazbear like skin or something. I don't know if they have, maybe they've done that. I've not really paid enough attention to the skins. It's not really what I'm playing the game for. But it would be cool. Like, I think it's cool that Trapper has his Naughty Bear skin. That's really sick, because I played Naughty Bear on the PlayStation 3. That shit was so fun. So seeing Trapper with that is so cool. So yeah, seeing an original Fazbear skin would be pretty sick. But with all of that said, he's just a solid character. He looks like he's kind of fun to play. A bit of skill expression with his axe, a bit of like macro game knowledge with his doors, and he's fun to play against. He has that sort of jump scare aspect, which I find quite enjoyable. But yeah, I think that's a solid tier list for what I would say. And again, this is mostly just on how I enjoy the characters within the game. This is not over who's the best, because obviously Nurse and Blight and Spirit would probably all be S tier, and Myers and Ghostface would absolutely not be in S tier. But this is killers that I like playing or playing against, and I'm happy with this. If you are happy with this, let me know in the comments. If you're not happy with this, also let me know in the comments so I can tell you how wrong you are. If you're going to tell me how wrong I am, I get to tell you how wrong you are. That's how it works. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in another video. Peace.